This is a video version of our Your Climate Risk MBA slide deck. Because some of the slides are pretty text intensive and you might want to take a closer look, you can access the slide deck at riskmbaprofile.climatesites.net. Why did we think it was worthwhile to put together this online course today? When I started working with companies on climate change several decades ago, no one anticipated that so many physical, policy, liability, and other climate-related risks would still be as relevant and as uncertain as they are today. When I co-authored the Changing Profile of Corporate Climate Change Risk for a London School of Economics executive course in 2011, I did characterize climate change as a wicked problem for business decision makers. But today, the problem is even bigger, and I would tend to call it a perfect storm, both for societal and for business decision makers. And that's why we've created this online course, Your Climate Risk MBA. I bring quite a bit of background to the course, but I'm not going to go through these bullets in detail, but you can see this slide in the slide deck. What will you get out of the course? You'll get a comprehensive review of why climate change is material for business decision-making and why it represents a rapidly growing and substantially underestimated source of business risk. You'll get an understanding of how the business and climate change conversations, many of them, have evolved over the last 30 years. We'll explore a wide range of climate change topics through societal as well as business risk lenses. One of the key aspects of this course is to emphasize that a societal risk lens is not the same thing as a business risk lens. And that's an important thing and a challenging thing for decision makers to deal with. We'll also get insight into important tools for business climate risk assessment and management, and you'll learn how to dig into a number of the most relevant topics that you might want to dig into in the climate web itself. That's what we mean by a climate web enabled online course. The early reviews of the course have been very positive. On the Udemy platform, it has a 4.96 rating out of 5, and you can read some of these in the slide decks. The best digital course on any topic that I've ever taken, and I've been aware of, and in some cases have actively worked on climate change issues for over 30 years, and your course truly opened my eyes to the power of knowledge management. Anyone seeking an honest and accessible guide to navigating climate risk should check out this excellent course. And last, there's no better resource out there for climate information than the climate web. This is an incredible perspective and value for the investment of time and money. There are a couple of options for the course. The Udemy version of Your Climate Risk MBA involves about 10 hours of video content across 80 topics and subtopics, and we've priced it on the Udemy platform so that literally anyone can take advantage of those 10 hours of content. But we also have a masterclass version of the course that has more in-depth coverage for key topics, in-person office hours, support with learning to access the climate web, and a discount to premium access of the climate web. And in the slide deck, you'll have access to the various links that you're seeing here. We can also leverage the materials in your Climate Risk MBA for all kinds of fit-for-purpose webinars, business due diligence, assumption audits, risk assessments, and scenario planning. These next 3 slides cover the dozens of topics that the individual videos tackle in your Climate Risk MBA. And so it includes trillion-dollar questions and answers, a risk-based approach to climate change, future knowns and unknowns, the knowns and unknowns of science, the business lens on climate risks, why we don't act on climate change solutions, business responses to climate change, tools for business decision-making, exploring climate change through a systems thinking approach. So you can see it covers a lot of ground. It's a pretty unique way to get a rapid overview of what is a very complicated set of topics. One person has characterized the climate web as like having 100 leading experts in climate science, risk management, and corporate strategy collaborating with you at the decision-making table. And I think it's really worthwhile for people to learn how to think about and understand the climate web for their own decision-making purposes. It really is a massive resource. It's a collective climate intelligence, 25,000 hours of knowledge curation. And you can learn a lot more at our website, theclimateweb.com. Thanks for listening.